Good morning. It is Thursday, September 18th. I'm Whitney Turner. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick, WVLT's daily fastcast, airing at 10:30 in the morning, Mondays through Fridays. We want to get started with a check of your first slow forecast with meteorologist Kyle Granger on what is a beautiful day.
It is, and it will end that way as well. So those of you wanting to maybe make a hike, maybe you're going to head out and check out some of the waterfalls or something in Campbell County. Yes, the sunshine is with us. The weather should not be anything bothering you on that. Check out the Henley Street Bridge. I think I might want to go during lunch and walk down Volunteer Landing and check out things downtown. At 10:30 in the morning, we still have some visibility issues in Middlesboro and over into western North Carolina. Now that we can get back and forth, that will impact some of you who love to hike on the western North Carolina side of the mountains. Maynardville over to Knoxville, 69 to 68 degrees, 65 Gatlinburg to 69. In Crossville, the radar and cloud track shows nice clear conditions, not only for us here at home, but across the board. Just a few of those passing clouds. Rain chances are minimal in the southeast. From 2 to 4 this afternoon, we get into the mid 80s. How about 84 to 85 right on through 6 o'clock? And then as the sun starts to set, we get out of the 80s and back to the 70s. We'll talk about the opportunities, though, for rain chances once we get past today and those 80s coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. Hundreds of people attending a vigil on UT's campus Wednesday evening. It was hosted by UT's chapter of Turning Point USA. That is the group co-founded by Charlie Kirk. It comes after the conservative activist was shot and killed at a political event at a university in Utah. The UT chapter of the organization says Kirk's mission did not end with his death.
You know, Charlie's death is very tragic and we are so disappointed, but it is really lighting a fire in a lot of people, and he would be so proud to see that.
A lot of events like this happening across the country, with a larger memorial service happening on Sunday in Arizona at State Farm Stadium. And Knoxville native and football legend D.D. Lewis has died. He was 79 years old. Lewis was a member of the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame and played football at Fulton High School in North Knoxville and was an All-State linebacker in 1963. He went on to play at Mississippi State, where he was named All-SEC, SEC Defensive Player of the Year, and an All-American. He went on to win 2 Super Bowls with the Dallas Cowboys and still holds the Cowboys' playoff record with 27 games. And a former UT system president has died. Dr. John Peterson served from 2004 to 2009. An obituary from Walker's Funeral Home says he died at his home in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. He was 77 years old. New details about a deadly drowning on Norris Lake. The Claiborne County Sheriff's Office identified the victim as 78-year-old James Orlando. It all happened on a houseboat at Cedar Grove Marina. Orlando's wife says she went inside to watch TV, heard a loud noise, and never saw her husband again. She also said Orlando had health issues and couldn't swim. We're told the investigation is still active this morning. And the National Guard could be in Memphis within the next 2 weeks, along with other federal law enforcement agencies. The National Guard could be used as law enforcement officers, but Governor Bill Lee would have to declare a state of emergency in Memphis and Shelby County before the Guard can be given those powers. The governor was asked earlier this week if he intends to declare a state of emergency. He didn't give a yes or a no answer.
You'll see them probably driving around in their Humvees. They'll probably be patrolling on foot in certain areas, maybe downtown. But I doubt that there's going to be a lot of interaction with the local citizens.
Another note, federal taxpayers are going to pay for this deployment, but the soldiers will stay under the authority of the governor. And some changes coming to the SNAP program could impact you. Recent federal funding cuts mean that now it's up to the state to maintain that service. The state is looking at more than $160 million to keep serving the same amount of Tennesseans who rely on it now. There are 2 major changes being outlined in federal funding for SNAP. The first change comes in 2027. States will now have to pay 75% of administrative costs, costing about $35 million more. The biggest cost comes from a change in 2028. That's when states would have to pay up to 15% of SNAP benefits they get based on error rates. Right now, that costs the state nothing. After this change, it could cost more than $70 million.
We need to make sure that the errors are not at the administrative level.
That error rate is determined by the over and underpayment of benefits distributed. Last year, Tennessee's was 10%. The lower it is, the less they've got to pay. It's up to lawmakers to find the money in the budget. The legislature votes on the budget next spring. It's some really big news for Dollywood fans. The park says it is working on a first-of-its-kind ride, and this is all part of the park's next phase of expansion. The idea behind the ride, flying through the Smokies at night. It's going to be Dollywood's most expensive ride yet. The park says it's going to take you through the Smoky Mountains at night, both in flight and with a coaster experience, as if you were on a whitewater raft. The park says this helps expand the Wildwood Grove story and Dolly's story about growing up in the Smoky Mountains.
More money on Night Flight Expedition than we did on the original construction cost for Dreammore when we opened it 10 years ago. That's kind of crazy when you think about how much this ride is costing us. But for us, it's a really big storytelling opportunity. I mean, we love the Smoky Mountains.
The ride is scheduled to open in 2026. Dolly herself was supposed to be at the event, but ended up not being able to make it at the last minute. Instead, she spoke in a video about the new ride. It turns out she had an infected kidney stone and was advised not to travel. She is expected to be okay.
Your First Alert forecast with meteorologist Kyle Granger.
That sunshine continues to beam down over downtown Knoxville and across all of East Tennessee. Yeah, we're going to have a pretty nice calm day. After starting off warm, we're at 73 right now in Rockwood, 68 Knoxville, 71 Dandridge, 59 for Middlesboro. How about Pineville? 55 this morning, and Harlan checks in at 66. You see the clear skies all across the board, a few showers off the coast of the Carolinas. And your First Alert forecast for the rest of the day shows us that we are going to be warming up very nicely into the mid to upper 80s by the time all is said and done for us on this Thursday. And the Futurecast gets us to 85 in Knoxville, to 86 Pigeon Forge, 85 for Morristown. Down to the south we go. Sweetwater's at 87, as well as Kingston, 83, Crossville to 84, Jamestown, Stearns to Williamsburg, 86 to 85. How about Dandridge over to Newport at 86, Greenville's and Rogersville at 85, 74 into the Great Smoky Mountains. Great pumpkin lumen nights, a wonderful time to visit Dollywood. The sun setting a little earlier, still nice and warm. We're at 77 even by that 8 o'clock hour tonight. Looking at the calm conditions, enjoy the thousands of pumpkins at Dollywood. And even back out at the bus stop tomorrow, the weather will not be of complaints to you. 63 for the start of the day. And then for our Friday, another day, but we'll build in some clouds with lots of sunshine and becoming a partly cloudy sky for the afternoon. And you see on their sunset forecast at 7:37 at 10. So let's zip back just a couple of hours for your Varsity All Access by 7 o'clock. It's a warm, sunny evening for us for Friday night high school football games. Now the game on Saturday, UAB coming into town. Your I'm All Vol forecast presented by Food City shows us starting off with sunshine and building that clouds, which leads to some storms by the time the game starts to wind down. We'll see if those storms get close enough to Neyland to cause any game delays, but of course 80s for the afternoon high. Go ahead and pack that poncho in your clear bag just in case you need it by the time the game comes to a close. The Futurecast shows us that we got the clouds that will start with us, so you're tailgating with clouds, then we'll keep it cloudy by the time the game starts. We'll build these rain chances across the Smokies, centering down into the valley, and again some of these could be just close enough that we could have some rain delays. Looking at Saturday, 5:30 in the afternoon. Game starts to come to a close. We're all headed back home. Those of you up Interstate 75 run into some rain and storms off to the west as well. Then waking up on Sunday morning with a few spotty rain chances around, and that stays with us right on into the afternoon as well. Fall arrives on your Monday. Look at that, a 20% chance. This is really our driest period of the year, typically as we go into fall. Thankfully, we do have some rain chances that should get the ground just a little moist at times with some of those storms coming through.
Bring on fall, Kyle. Thank you so much. Knox County is wanting to hear from you on its Unified Development Ordinance. That's the third and final stage in the county's Universal Growth Plan, Advance Knox. The county is hosting 5 public meetings over the next week about it. 2 meetings will be on Tuesday, one at North Shore Elementary, the other at Ritta Elementary, both from 5:30 to 7:30. 2 more happening next Thursday, one at Powell Middle School and one at New Hopewell Elementary. Those will each be from 5:30 to 7:30 as well. The county is hosting a virtual meeting Thursday from noon to 1. That's on Zoom. We've got a link to register for that online meeting inside your WVLT News app. And this weekend, you will have a chance to brush up on your outdoor skills. The University of Tennessee and Maryville College teaming up to put on an outdoor enthusiast expo. The free event happening Friday and Saturday all across the area. There will be hands-on excursions for deer hunting, fly fishing, backcountry hiking, other outdoor sporting activities too. You can also attend lectures on conservation and other outdoor focused topics and shop at outdoor vendors. You will need to register ahead of time. Some events are on a wait list. You can find the link to do so right now inside your WVLT News app. And we now know the names of KPD's 3 new horses. Check it out, the newest members of the Mounted Patrol. Knoxville Police announced the results of their naming contest after going through nearly 5,000 suggestions from you. One is named Ranger. The committee said it felt like the perfect fit. Then there's Cormac, named after famed author Cormac McCarthy, the writer of No Country for Old Men and The Road, who grew up in Knoxville and returned here as an adult to write several novels. The third is Summit, of course, named in honor of legendary Lady Vols basketball coach Pat Summit. KPD says Summit was one of the most popular submissions. The 3 horses are already in training. They're beginning to take part in Mounted Patrol operations. Huge news for college football. The NCAA officially approved a one-time transfer window. That means there is no more spring portal. Once players are on the roster for spring practice, they'll be on the roster for the fall. No more entering the portal following the spring game. That's what Nico Iamaleava and Jacoby Thomas did this past year. Vice versa, it would have kept Joey Aguilar at UCLA. WVLT is, of course, proud to be your official station of the Vols. UT announcing some major changes for the area in front of Neyland Stadium. This all comes after some major issues on Saturday left fans in a standstill as they were trying to get in and out of Neyland. The biggest changes you're going to notice Saturday, gates will now open a half hour earlier, and the Pride of the Southland Band is taking a new route to the stadium. Suggested entrances will be marked outside and on your tickets. We've also got it all for you right now inside your WVLT News app. As for the band, this is where they're going. Walking down a pedestrian walkway, entering the stadium through gate 25 on the back side of the hill. And if you want to check out the Vol Walk, it's starting at 10:25 a.m. at the Torchbearer statue in Circle Park. From there, it's going to move down Peyton Manning Pass before turning left on Philip Fulmer Way, heading into Neyland. Kickoff for Saturday's game, 12:45 against UAB. And be sure to join us Saturday for another edition of Volunteer Game Day on the Tennessee Valley Sports Network. You'll see exclusive interviews with defensive tackle Nathan Robinson and defensive back Idris Fuhruk. Athletic Director Danny White is going to join the show, and you're going to hear Heath Schuler's game plan for beating UAB. We also have an incredible story about how UAB Hospital played a crucial role in saving the life of Vol baseball commit Grayson Pope. It's all coming up Saturday at 10:30 on the Tennessee Valley Sports Network, which could still be my VLT in your channel guide. An encore presentation airs at 11:30 on WVLT.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
We're highlighting historic facts about our state and country leading up to our nation's 250th birthday. And today, a look at the beginnings of a legendary tradition. On this date in 1965, the Volunteers ran through a T formed by the Pride of the Southland Marching Band. It was originally for practical reasons. The team used to come out on the east side, but now the team comes out of the end zone. But they still form the Power T while the band plays Rocky Top. Former head coach Phil Fulmer told NCAA.com the experience is a gladiator moment. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can stay up to date on WVLT.tv, inside your WVLT News app, and of course on WVLT social media pages. We'll be right back here with your top headlines at noon.